so much for joining me. I am Tamara Jean, your soul architect and wellness astrologer here on High Vibe TV. It's still heavy in the collective, as today is September 11th, 2025, and we had that tragedy yesterday with Charlie Kirk. And I will just say that, right now, it doesn't matter what side. This is about being a human being and being sovereign and standing in your truth and being able to express that. I know, David spoke on his daily today very well, and I know will, like he said, he will go deeper. Of course, him and Natalie have full disclosure today, and we'll dive deep into it, I'm sure. But let's just hold a collective vibration of sovereignty and truth. And the astrology currently and the human design layers are actually really good. I feel like the moon now being in Taurus is quite helpful. But we've got, we still have that Sun South Node, now Mercury conjunction in Virgo. So they're all in the same gate in human design, and that is gate 47. Mercury's expressing through the 1 line, the South Node through the 2 line, and the Sun through the 3rd line, which I find interesting. And this can really be where we do get stuck in those mental loops, right? That can be at the detriment of fixation on trying to figure it all out, right? And there's this replay that can keep happening. It is, especially with the Sun expressing through that 3rd line, is a self-oppression, and the detriment of that mental loop that can become destructive, and right, just not good. Now, exalted, allowing, just in shifting the energy and being more in transformation, right? Because at least there is this, the Virgo stellium of Sun, Mercury, and South Node is sextiling Jupiter in Cancer, and then we've got Jupiter trining the North Node. And so Jupiter is being this cosmic bridge right now of emotional wisdom, right? We're all having many different emotions, and this is definitely a call to be soul led and really have the focus in that. We've got the North Node and the Earth both in gate 22, and it's the gate of grace, and that is the stabilizer for all of this energy. It's about being in grace, right? So this energy is creating this 47-22 axis, from oppression into grace. And it's shifting from not thinking everything through. It's about being that grace and going from, right, that axis is providing us energy and an opportunity to go from karmic distortion to sovereign elegance. know it's a lot, and we're all experiencing so much, but to try and not, with so much of that Virgo energy of like the mind overthinking, overworking, right? It is being transmuted, and I think this is where, right, the pivot is, or the opportunity of expansion, evolution, and elevation, going from that overworked mind, very operating from, and shifting into right, the more Jupiter and the Pisces and North Node flow of grace and trust and heart expansion. This, I can imagine that, because when this all was happening yesterday, it's like this really has that JFK vibe. Like, I can imagine how the people felt. And it's hard to talk about without getting emotional. But imagine how, and not just us as a nation in America, but collectively as humanity, how that must have felt then. And like, I am curious too, and I'm sure many of you have picked up on that too, and it's like, oh, now I want to look at the charts, right, which I haven't done yet, because I did want to film as quick as I could, and I have been actually physically feeling better now today, and so wanted to, and I know that how important it is with this energetic landscape that we have. And it is, you could feel the mental pressure, but we're really getting the theme is going from that mental pressure into divine grace. I actually want to just kind of go into my channel here, and because that's really my way of expressing, my gift of expressing. So there's definitely higher council energy in the field, and I'm seeing these streams of energy working at penetrating the shadow that is on the planet, right? And there's many souls that are working both on planet, like many of us, and those that have crossed, and just seeing a lot of council energy with these streams. And I'm picking up on Sirius B, actually, more specifically, and that definitely is feeling karmic, and I'm seeing like a crack. It's cracking through. It looks almost like and it's coming sideways, interestingly, and it's cracking through like sideways lightning, and it's making its way to the core of this. So I'm seeing like this shadow energy around the planet, and this is making its way. And I saw as well yesterday afternoon was another CME, coronal mass ejection, the coronal hole facing Earth. I was like, oh, look at that timing, with more, I feel like, frequencies coming through. I always feel every time a coronal hole faces Earth that the portal is open through the sun, and that there are frequencies that come through that are specific to with intention of entering our field. And that looks, it almost looks like white light arrows, sort of coming in, like streaming in this stream of energy. And it does appear like white, and there's a bluish hue coming in, and it's definitely cracking open, right? Like the edges are jagged near the more narrow end of this opening that I'm seeing, because it is quite disruptive. I know that there's, right, connections with Uranus and Pluto, and I feel like, you know, the influence of those energies, both the Uranian and Plutonian, that there is massive disruption happening, of course, in purpose, that are energetically getting to our coding in order for transformation and activation. And so that is what is happening, and this is all part of it, of what we are going through and experiencing, you know, and each person experiencing the current reality in a particular way, and then how we're experiencing it as a collective, as humanity. And it's layered. Like, I see the layers, but then I see like this core in the center, and it's making its way. So once it hits, right, it can feel very destabilizing, but if you take the opportunity now to stabilize yourself and you ground yourself in divine grace and your sovereignty, that and truth, you are I just keep hearing like you're gonna be okay. And that also with these energies, especially Sun South Node, Mercury in that gate 47, which is the gate of realization. It's oppression, realization. So if you are holding that more open space, let's say like open-mindedness, and allowing things to flow through and then continue into transmute, transform, then there's that exaltation of that energy into realization. And, you know, and not going into, I'm going to say, victim energy, or, you know, that more, or anger, retaliation, that kind of circuit, energetic circuit, emotional circuit, but going into, you know, diving deeper into the wisdom. And that's it. So this showed up when I was looking, right, to, okay, what I'm like going through frequencies in my field, and I'm just, okay, what's landing, what's resonating, what's helpful. And this showed up, and this was streamed in Self-Healing Collective, and only a couple hours ago of me filming this. It's about mid-afternoon Pacific time, and this is 432 hertz. Feel is perfect because that is balance. Balancing the mind, helping to balance the mind between the left and right hemispheres. So important right now. And the mind to the body, like all of that, super important right now. And then also they have 777 hertz, which of course, you know, getting into alignment and right, and moving forward in alignment on your path, so that you're on track, that you are moving forward in alignment. And I love the cosmos, and then we've got like this beautiful earth elder here, and seeing these streams of energy, and then what's like a portal here, and then, you know, he's got markings on his face, and that definitely picking up on your own energetic, like your Merkaba, and how things, so sacred geometry, right, the overlays, the matrix itself, the grids have all been inverted by this shadow energy. And that now to really start focusing on clearing that inversion, starting with yourself and returning to the organic version. So returning your organic Merkaba, or to your organic Merkaba. So the inverted Merkaba, right, is more, it's kind of oval or kind of squashed like. It has both of the tetrahedrons rotating in the same direction, which distort, implode, trap energy. The organic Merkaba, connected to true organic original source, right? We have to like use these terms now because we have to get so specific as far as the frequency, is a beautiful golden tetrahedron above the crown, and that is moving clockwise, okay? The organic lower tetrahedron is beautiful silvery white, rotating counterclockwise. They work together, so this is very representative of masculine and feminine, and that they work together and lock into alignment and provide expansion. So beginning there, I would say, and really working through, right, all of the inherited, as I feel too with this beautiful elder, of that, in where an elder like this emanates that grace, and this is wisdom, emotional wisdom and grace, and that gate of grace in human design, which again is where the Earth and North Node currently are together, and it is the North Node is still expressing through the 2 line. Earth is now expressing through the 3 line. So I feel like that's what's, you know, we're transmuting and transforming and trying to stabilize, right, into that frequency, and to that 2 line, right? That's the natural, and that is more like inward. And an elder, how, you know, we have some people that are, you know, very vocal in different ways currently. And that grace, so giving the example of like I'll just use a king or a queen that are able to rule, right, from that, like that seat of grace, that the wisdom just like, the grace exudes from them, right? That's in true integrity and alignment, and the highest good for all. And that's really, and obviously being the north node there, that is the direction that for us to be moving. Let's see, so to work with begin with your own Merkaba and reclaiming, right? So placing hand over heart, and you can put one on your solar plexus, and visualizing the golden tetrahedron above your crown, moving clockwise, the silvery white tetrahedron below your feet, moving counterclockwise till you feel them like locking in alignment within you, and you breathe that, and it's creating a diamond light sphere around you, and breathing that light into your body, and then claiming, you know, I am sovereign, and I claim my organic Merkaba connected to source. And that will be the first step. And then continuing on from there. Let's see what essential oils. I haven't watched all of this. You know, they're all like 3 hours long, which I love. And I do resonate with the like the affirmations that they put on here. Oh, we got a lang. So, you know, it's very much a heart chakra or heart portal. Sorry, Socratic system's out of date. This is viewing every moment as a new opportunity. It really assists in what has been dividing your head and heart. I love that this, it works with division and a return, right? So we still have Saturn and Neptune in gate 25. And this is an assistant into that, in that return process, returning to divine love, returning to innocence. This is returning to clarity before distortion, right? The term on there is awaken. I think there's going to be a lot of that now. More to come. And then we've got Douglas fir. I think this came out last time. Another heart portal one. And again, in this moment, I am free. So we can see the theme here, even with the oils, just those cards coming out very easily, in freeing ourselves from the oppression, right? From everything that has been manipulated as being human beings. It's like returning to being a human being, and not whatever, you know, this expression is as a collective, right? Obviously not everybody. And then I've got Wisdom of Avalon that wanted to come out. Can add here. I'm going to continue watching that energy stream. I'm going to, right now I'm just honoring being in the flow of where I'm at health-wise and my healing and recovery process from surgery, at least once a week to film, and then more as, you know, I go through my process. Disruption. I didn't even like shuffle these very much, but I can't remember the last time I used these. Disruption, and then communication. Isn't that interesting? It's like I don't even have to, you know, I don't need to read those for you. I mean, you all obviously get it. Perception. Isn't it just wild how they, oh my gosh, and the owl. I don't even need to give the reading of the cards because I know that they're very, very clear. And, you know, this leads to, right, that this major disruption and there's more, there's other events also that have happened recently, and others that happened yesterday even, that very disruptive with the field, and in so much. I mean, I knew that this eclipse portal was going to be unlike any other, and it's definitely that, and it's just all it's all very powerful, and moving, hopefully this really opens up communication and perception shifts, and piercing through all of the deception, and getting into embodying truth and wisdom, right? Really allowing Jupiter to be that cosmic bridge. I feel that so deeply. And I love that the owl card is number 13 in this deck. And with that being a number of the goddess, it is, you know, then you can view it as, right, divine feminine, a 1 and a 3. So 1 being the self, 3 is that being your master self, and expressing that and adding them together into that 4, into that into your foundation, right? Your foundational structure. And then of course all of the cosmic energies express that. So, oh my gosh, I am sending you all so much love and support through this, and that we all go through this together, and have I hope you all have a good weekend, and start with your Merkaba, and I'll see you later.